Folks, we made it. Welcome into Off the Board, presented by Better Day, powered by FanDuel. Jake Hassan is always with me. Colby Marcio speaking. If you're watching us, hey, love you. If you're watching us right now live, sorry for the delay. If you're listening to us,
I hope you're having the best day ever.
To those watching live, and I guess if you're listening later on today, you're getting to us late because you didn't have the time to watch us. You would probably be aware that Jake Hassan has yet to be early for any of the shows we've
Last
done.
week.
I'm talking. Mute him, Matt. Mute him, Matt. This is the 8th episode, according to our producer, Matt. He has yet to be 5 minutes early behind the scenes once. And I think it's only right that the chat decides a punishment for Mr. Jakey Rakes. We don't have to do it now. People can let me know down below. They can let me know via X, Colby M. Betts, or / tag us at Better Day. Whatever you want to do, we'll talk about it because something's got to go down. I told Matt he should be early for every minute he's been late. So Friday he should show up to the stream at 10:30 Central. So I'll let him talk. I'll let him speak. But any excuse is pretty bad. So go ahead.
I mean, fine. You want me in here at 10:30? Fine. That's like great. If that's how we're wiping the slate, like I don't know, man. You think I'm happy? You think I'm having a good time?
Yes. I genuinely do. Somebody who's notoriously late does not care. Unless you care too much that your brain freezes and you have ADHD paralysis and not the way that I have it.
It's not even like...
Like your paralysis is like sitting on the couch going, damn, I gotta get up in 2 minutes. 45 minutes go by. Damn, we're live.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't like... Just like, I sit down. The stupid thing is, like, I was gonna be in here like 10 minutes early. And I go and I hit the computer. Usually the screen lights up. You click the mouse. Nothing happens. I was like, well, that's not good. Hit the power button.
On Twitter.
I'm getting booed on Twitter?
You got booed.
I mean, yeah. Like, it's just so dumb. Like, what I need is I need a Colby Marcio just like, I need like your computer to explode Friday or something. Like, I just need something outrageous.
Like it evens out to where I look like the a-hole?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I just need something to happen to you. I don't know. We'll see. Like, I just need Palmer to, like, throw up on your computer on Friday or something. I'm sorry, chat.
Something worse happens, and then you have to apologize for putting it out there, even to the
for jinxing you and your household. Yeah, that's
like I burn in a fire or something, and then you got to sit there.
Oh my God,
dead in my wake, and you're just like, I shouldn't have said anything on Wednesday.
That implies I would go.
All right, enough of this.
I'm sorry.
We're live. Let's have some fun today. I just wanted to start
again today, though.
You what? Oh, you'd use the notepad?
Yep.
Let's go. I got mine filled out too, but I also have my notes on my what is this? Google Docs.
You were also on time, so
yeah, and I also got the Substack out. Jake Hassan, weirdly enough, always has the Substack out at a perfectly timed hour early to get everybody out there up and early, get their morning coffee, and they can get their morning read going.
Well, a lot of that is because when I work mornings at my part-time job, so I have nothing like it's. What else am I going to do? Do the job they pay me to do? Kind of like no.
Silly question. How many people come in at that hour?
So
more
like
than
today,
you would expect, or
so like today when I'm there at open at 5 a.m., there's like. There's an initial wave. Like at 5 a.m., there's an initial wave of people who are like trying to get there before work. So I'm like 5 to 7. It's actually like a decent. It's not busy, but there's a decent stream of people.
Yeah.
And then like around 8 o'clock, people start going to their jobs. So then from like 8 to 4, it's just dead. Like there's nobody there. And then as people get out of work, they start flowing in. So that's why even like yesterday when I worked 12 to 6, like. I wasn't doing diddly for 3 hours, so I was like,
hey, nothing like being on the clock doing nothing. Nothing like being on the clock
doing nothing like being on the clock doing things that you got laid off for doing.
Yeah. Also, I just want to, since we talked about the Substack, we both have. It's been a good couple months for you.
Big day for you, yeah. Big announcement for you.
Mine hit its first month of inception, and I just wanted to, Jake, you can say it as well because I know you've got a couple people that have paid up. I just wanted to thank to the people out there that have paid up on the subs that you don't have to. I never made this thing intending on making money. That was more seen of a tip. So if you do end up paying, if you subbed up, all I care about is people reading it. That's all I really care about. We can't win together if there's a stupid ass paywall. I hate paywalls, and if you're going to leave a tip, it is greatly appreciated. I saw a ton of people that got payments canceled, and I didn't expect to see all those names, and I reached out to most of them to thank them because it made my day, and it wasn't me asking for payment. It was just more of, hey, this is a really kind gesture. That means more to me than you know. Jake has also endured some of this. Jake, you can thank the people if you want before we actually kick this thing off.
Yeah, I mean, like, same thing. Like, I was never expecting to become, like, fully financially stable off the Substack. Like, everyone's contributions and, like, to use Colby's word, tips are appreciated.
Yeah. Tips, that's the best way to word it. I don't, a thank you for giving me some entertainment as I write Dirk Diggler's cousin, Dylan Dingler. That was a better line. That was one of my favorite lines.
Yeah, I mean, like, same thing, like, as I'm complaining about a sinus infection and, like, lightly alluding to the fact that
makes me laugh, by the way. Yeah. That I do enjoy your titles because mine are the most basic thing ever.
Dude, like, the day 2 is not usually as bad. Day 2 is usually what I call the great draining, but day 1 is always like just pressure behind the eyeballs and in your forehead. Like, and that was yesterday. Like, today is the great draining, but yesterday was just like, it felt like a rubber band around my head. It sucked balls.
Do you know what's worse than the first day? The day before, where you know it's coming, because you're preparing to not be able to breathe.
Well, so Monday I was lightly hungover, and so I thought that I was just hungover. Then Tuesday, right, I wake up and I'm like, oh, so it's not my fault. It wasn't the fact that I sat at a bar on a Sunday for 7 hours. It wasn't that. It was the impending sinus infection.
Yeah. Well, let's get in the show. Enough nonsense. The NFL draft is tomorrow, and we don't have to do too much. I just have a couple things written down. Numero uno. Let's start it off light. We're not the most intelligent fellas out there, so let's start off with the most easy question known to mankind. Jake, are you watching the draft tomorrow?
You know what? So the draft is at what, 7 p.m.? No. Yeah, I think like 7 p.m., right? 7:30, 6:30 p.m. So just because, listen, people, and I said this in mine, yours, and Matt's group chat, people aren't coming to this show for Jake and Colby's draft bets. Like, I'm going to text Ryan Horvat because he's in those weeds and, like, see if he has anything, a couple other people, see if they maybe know anything. But, like, tomorrow at 7 o'clock Central,
the baseball slate.
Unfortunately, there's only one game, 7:05 Pirates Rangers. But it is Bubba Chandler and Jacob deGrom. So I'll probably be watching that.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of day games today. I gotta get the subby out early.
I put it in our chat. I love the NFL like everybody else, but I also think there's a point of there's too much coverage. I understand it's king. I'm not a moron. I know the numbers. I see the numbers. I know if you mention the Bears and Bears Twitter or Bears whatever picks it up, it's just going to skyrocket with numbers. Excuse me. But there's so many other sports out there that don't get enough coverage, and it drives me nuts. And one of them is the sport that you and I have bonded together and love talking about, and it's going on right now. Baseball. Baseball doesn't get enough coverage. I saw it being talked about on Pat McAfee at the gym. I was like, wow, didn't know that network cared about that sport anymore. Like, we grew up in an era where baseball
and that show especially actually, which is
exactly where they attempt to talk about it, and then Stephen A. Smith's at WrestleMania going to talk about the MLB, excuse me. But we grew up in an era where ESPN was king. ESPN would always talk baseball, but now it's just NFL and MNBA. There's nothing in between. It's drama and draft. I can't consume that much football. I'm somebody that likes multiple sports. I don't like talking football in March. I don't like talking football in April unless it's the draft. Outside of that, I don't care until August. It just doesn't grab me. Even when I wasn't the biggest baseball guy in the mid 2010s, it's just too much. But
yeah,
it is fun. I have bet on the draft. I have covered the draft. Will Levis over draft spots was one of my favorite bets ever because Mayo Man is going over that number. Was he 7.5? Duh.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done. Go ahead.
No, I mean, you're like, to your point, I didn't even know how close we were to the NFL draft. Because you get all year, from the end of the season up until the draft, you get here's my 7-round mock. Here's Dane Brugler's the Beast for the 77th time in your inbox. It's just okay. So to your point, it's oversaturated. I didn't even realize we were in draft week either until similarly, as I work at a gym. So I'm the same thing. You're flicking the TVs on in the morning, and I'm like, oh, they have the draft counter up already. And that's what they do. The draft starts in 100 hours. Shut up. I
figured it out. Do you know what the turning point of the NFL being overly consumed, overly covered? Do you know what it was? I'm gonna let you guess. It's not the draft. I'm gonna let you guess what time period it is. What drops that doesn't need a drop for the NFL?
What drop? The schedule.
Yes. Why are we making that a day? Why are we making that some half-assed holiday?
Okay, I will say it is amusing though. Now that all of the teams
Chargers, you typically knock it out of the park. But I'm talking about we don't need a show. We don't need a show.
Sure.
We don't need.
Sure. Okay.
And they get leaked anyway. They get leaked. Yeah. I already know what the schedule is via Twitter hours before that stupid show. I don't need that.
Yeah, that I would agree with you. You don't need the show. I do like that it's kind of a day carved out where all of the teams tweet it out because the video is good or bad. Generally,
it's good content. I'll admit that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't need to be this holiday-esque feel.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
But anywho, I do have a legit question. You already mentioned that you don't have any leans. You're going to ask Ryan Horvath. Shout out to a Joliet Catholic alumni just like myself. We've never met, so I always wanted to go on a show with him because we would be Joliet Catholic alumni, and then they would have it on the newsletter, and I wouldn't claim
the newsletter. I'm sure. What is your mascot? What is the JC mascot? I don't remember.
Hilltoppers and Angels for the women.
Yeah, it'll be on the Hilltopper Quarterly. It'll be the Hilltopper quarter report. Ryan Horvath, Kobe Marcio on
toppers of the past.
Some corner of the internet. Yeah, toppers of the past.
But obviously, we know who's potentially going.
There's a joke there somewhere. I just can't think of it right now.
No, it's right. It's right in front of you, and you don't need to say it. It's right there.
No, I'm not going to say top or barely nowhere. That's low hanging fruit.
No. Anywho, I just want to ask you straight up: do you think Fernando Mendoza is just going to be a guy, or is he going to be the guy potentially getting drafted by the Las Vegas Raiders? Do you think he's the future of the NFL? Do you think he's the future of the Raiders? What is your feel for Fernando Mendoza, the pro?
I mean, I am clearly not a professional. I'm a college baseball one. My initial thought is to say no because the Raiders are such a disaster. The Raiders are such a cluster that it's just such a burning house that it's not going to matter. But also, he went to a perfect situation in Indiana that had already been a playoff team, that already had, arguably the best coach in the nation. Now you go to a Raiders team that just fired Pete Carroll, that just kicked Geno Smith to the curb, that is now full reset it is. let's see what Clint Kubiak's got. Cool, great, awesome, lovely. Good luck. I think if you put him on like the Patriots, sure. If you put him on the Seahawks, sure. Like the Raiders, if you could promise me the Raiders are actually going to like do things right and also hit on other draft picks, sure. But I think otherwise you're going to have the same problem that you had with Ashton Genty last year, where everybody loved him and then he just got mauled all season long.
Yeah, I mean, what was that team really? But my thing with Fernando is, and I don't wish this upon any young kid who's highly touted draft pick, but he doesn't give me like an elite NFL quarterback vibe. Maybe he can grow into one. He gives all-time college quarterback vibes. Sure. I mean, he won the Heisman. Sure, he led the Indiana Hoosiers to their first national championship ever and completely turned around that, I almost said organization, program. But he doesn't have that wow, like that guy's the greatest thing I've ever seen. I think it's just I don't think it's the greatest draft class, especially for quarterbacks. And I don't see him being the guy that turns it around for the Raiders. I could be wrong. I don't know what it is. It's just not the guy to me from the eyeballs. And again, I'm not a scout.
Who even is like the second quarterback rated? I don't even
Simpson?
know. Ugh.
It's not a good draft class.
No, that's gross. I need to cut my hair. The side situation here is bad. Anyway.
I would have had my hair done, but they turned the water off. They literally, I hate when they do this. They text me straight up. Hey, we're shutting the water off right now for at least an hour. Follow-up text message 30 minutes later. We're going to have the water off indefinitely.
How often does this happen?
I would say every 9 months, but...
Okay, so that's not... I really thought you were about to say...
not even like a 5-minute warning.
9 days.
Not like a 5-minute warning, you know? Anywho,
yeah, that's
people in chat are talking about quarterbacks aren't good this year. I'm not a big believer in...
Is the chat bets a ton of stuff. Does the chat have anything for the draft? I'll bet some stuff. I don't care. I'll throw some stuff at the wall.
Chicago sewer systems are terrible. Yeah, it's clogged with rats and diapers.
Dude, the sewer systems are so... Well, that and the woman I'm seeing, she has centipedes coming into her bathroom out of like just appearing in the bathroom, like regular, like every now and then you have a centipede that appears.
The ones with like the ones
yes,
that eat the
creepy
bugs.
crawly, yes.
Yeah, the ones that eat the bugs. Those are good for your place.
Well,
you don't kill
but
those.
she's got them coming like every day. Every day there's like more and more and more and more. It's ridiculous. So I did have to kill a bug today on my way home, but other than that.
I thought I was going to find an opportunity to tee you up on that, but folks, Jake texted us, "Hey, I might be late. I'm going to kill a bug at a woman."
I was kidding. I
know you were kidding, but obviously the foreshadowing was so real.
Oh God, unfortunate. Whatever.
But
this episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $250 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. That's right. Turn $5 into $250 in bonus bets just for getting started. And when every possession matters in the playoffs, FanDuel makes it easy to get closer to the action. From player props and your favorite stars to all the tools you need to back them up, FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips so you can check stats, trends, and matchups all in one place and make your picks with confidence. It's everything you need all in one app. So don't miss your shot. Head to FanDuel.com/believe. That's BLEAV to get started. FanDuel, play your game. 21 plus select states for Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino. 18 plus DC, Kentucky, Wyoming. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. Call 1-888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org and call 800-327-5050 in Massachusetts. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Call 877-770-7867 in Louisiana.
We got a couple minutes. I have a bet in 12-10. Yandy Diaz to go over 1.5 total bases, and I sprinkled on his home run. I like Yandy today. Against left-handed pitching, he's taking on Williamson of the Reds. Against left-handed pitching, he's batting 300, 500 slugging, 833 OPS, 136 WRC+, almost a 70% hard contact rate, 69 to be exact. Nice. In 60 elite ratings, he's the only elite rated hitter in that game. Records a hit 71% of the time, 2 hits 31% of the time, goes over his bases 46% of the time. Williamson against right-handed hitters has a 5 expected ERA, 4.34 or 6.34, excuse me, xFIP, and a 136 WHIP. 40% hard contact allowed, 9.3% barrel rate, 51.8 fly ball percentage. Against right-handed hitters, they have an expected batting average of 254. Not the sexiest. 429 x slugging, 361 x WOBA. I like Yandy against all the pitches that he throws. I think it's a Yandy day.
Thank you for actually saying that, because I have in the other game coming up that's about to start, in Astros Guardians, I have a bet in that one as well. I like Carlos Correa over 1.5 total bases. His expected batting average is in the 80th percentile. His bat speed, also his swing speed, is also weirdly good this year, even though he's about 43 years old. Tanner Bybee, even though he was good in his last start, 6 innings shutout against the Orioles, awesome, great grad. He had multiple balls hit at 100 miles an hour or faster. They just happened to be at people. So he got extremely lucky in his last start. So I like Correa. The peripherals are there. He's starting to play better over the last couple of games. 5 hits in his last 2 games. I know it's 2 games, but starting to get some momentum here, starting to move in the right direction. He has good history against Bybee. So I like Correa over 1.5 total bases. And it just, you know what, Colby, you know what took me to Correa today too, is because you had him for a home run yesterday, and I was like, watch, now today.
Hey, Cortez.
Or didn't you tweet Correa, though? You tweeted the price or something?
No, I tweeted Carlos Cortez.
I thought you tweeted, whatever.
No,
so anyway, my point being,
you got probably confused with Carlos. That was it.
Sure. I don't know. I don't know how to read. So I like Correa over 1.5 total bases. Decent little price.
We can also touch on that. We can also touch on that. I'm going to write that down. Prices. We can talk about that, because I just love talking betting process for baseball. We can get into the other props later. We did have a prop in chat. Brian said over 5.5 wide receivers in the first round.
I'm into that. Sure.
That's a spicy one. I do like betting on the draft. It is fun. I know some people that are really good at it. I wouldn't consider myself ever having much success. I think cashing 1 is pretty damn exciting if you have like 5. But other than that, I don't typically bet the draft. What else did I write down?
Yeah.
Oh, I did have this. This kind of correlates, because there's a lot of stuff going on right now. You got the MNBA playoffs, the Stanley Cup playoffs. And I just wanted to ask you, a baseball guy, because we're in the same boat here. Do you wish there was a day off, that baseball would have like a 1 day off per week or something like that, so you could watch one of these sports? And if there was a day off, which playoff would you be watching?
So to answer the first part of your question, I would argue that like days like tomorrow, where we only have 1 game that's later than 7 o'clock Central Time.
Yeah.
Like baseball, especially as the season goes on,
and Sundays.
Like as the season goes on, like baseball has 1 or 2 days throughout the week that are a lot of day games that start at like 11 a.m. Central, and then they go, and most of the games are done by like 4 or 5. To answer your question of which one I'd be watching, I mean, this is going to be like the classic cop-out answer. I do really like the NHL playoffs, just because like you can feel how much more intense it is. Like you can feel how much more the players care. Like, guys are dropping the gloves right at puck drop. Like, that's pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. I'd probably be watching NHL, but NHL has some, like, weird start times. Like, some of their start times are wicked late.
No, this is one of my pet peeves. I'm glad you mentioned it, because nothing pisses me off more than when a game says it's starting at 7:30, as just an example, the typical Central Time start, 7:30. The game says 7:30, start that son of a B 7:35 at the latest. Hockey just loves to start whenever they want. It'll be 8:15. Jess will want to watch a game. She'll go, "Is it started?" I'll go, "No." 8:15. What are we doing?
The thing is, they go both ways though too, because I think it was the Avs game last night was supposed to start at 8:30. It started at 8:22 instead. So like, if you're somebody sitting down at 8:30, like, wow, can't wait to watch my favorite team, the Kings or Avs, play, and you're halfway through the first period. You're like, wait, what? Like, what is happening?
They're just insane. I did want to give the MNBA some props, specifically to the San Antonio Spurs. The coloring of the court and every section having their own colored shirt was awesome. That was awesome. That was sick. Also, Victor Wembanyama has a concussion. That's not good, because he's one of the two players I can actually respect in that league. The other one being Anthony Edwards. Two dogs that I think we all can sit down and be like, guy's pretty cool. But let's talk about our sport. Let's get into it. That's enough MNBA, NHL. But to answer my question, it's the NHL for me as well. I like hockey. I got into it a couple years ago when I wasn't really watching college basketball, and hockey is a really fun sport to just turn on and bet an over or an under on. So,
oh yeah, or like a goal. I love a good goal scorer prop. I will say I had a lot of fun betting the hockey playoffs, whatever the last Panthers championship was, because friend of the program, Ken Barkley, was like, all year long, it was like Panthers. We're betting the Panthers. So that was pretty awesome. That was pretty fun.
All right, let's talk about. We already touched on it about pricing of what I tweeted out yesterday. I forgot they are back-to-back champs, and Jake's dying. I posted out a tweet yesterday. I like Carlos Cortez to get a hit, and I bet his home run, as I normally do if I like anyone's bases or hit. And his home run price was 10-1 on a book. And another book had 5-1. There are so many people, especially toxic gambling Twitter, that people are just so stuck on one book. This is presented by FanDuel. FanDuel knows everyone uses other books, but use theirs for home run props especially. They typically have the best for home run prices. But shop around. 10-1 and 5-1 is so drastic. I had to post that. That's such a drastic difference
that's a
in
huge
price.
Thing.
And some people will be like, yeah, but it's weird to have 89 books. No, it's not. Not really. Especially when Aaron Judge sometimes is even money on one book and minus 150 on another. You gotta shop. It's very important. And you're not paying juice. You're not paying juice on Aaron Judge bases. On that example, you're not paying juice on Aaron Judge. You can put a standard unit out, half unit, whatever you want to put out, and you're not paying anything. Oh, you want to win a unit? Well, you gotta pay the $1.30 or $1.50. That's stupid. Shop. You gotta shop. Shop. Anything,
Shop. I'm sorry.
That's a good price. I mean, that's a better price than 5-1. Amanda said,
I agree.
860.
And even even today, for one that I'm going to give out in a second here, and I'll just spoil it. Like Carter Jensen over 1.5 total bases 2 today was like there was a 20-cent disparity at certain books between his bases alone. Like it's not always as drastic, but and I know there's a lot of people out there saying like, oh, well, what's really a 20-cent difference? It adds up, and I mean. It feels better also. So, yeah, I mean, I agree with Colby. Don't be beholden to one book. Use FanDuel, obviously, for the most consistent prices, and they give you the best user experience, in my opinion, as well. But especially home run props when there's going to be that big of a difference. Futures as well. Futures as well is like a good example of this. So yeah.
Now there's a prop I wanted to talk to you about. I don't think we talked about it on this show. The lasers on FanDuel. Have we talked about that?
I've brought it up. I mentioned it. I think
you mentioned it. I don't think we actually touched on it.
I mentioned it during Connor Griffin's debut about we should not be falling for this trap in a rookie debut.
Yeah, but I bet it once, and it was Yandy because he was making like 70% hard contact against, I think it was lefties, and it's just this move since the last time. What's going on, Paul? And one of the guys on the Sox, I think it was Anthony K, who pitches today, gave up a ton of hard contact. I was like, this would be the only time for me to at least test this out. It was 33-1. I thought that was a fair price. But somebody that I keep noticing that keeps hitting literal rocket ships, Munetaka Murakami, is probably going to be the guy. If you like his home run, you're also adding that prop. Keep in mind, it better be a damn good price. Anything under 2-1, you can get me out of here with that. I don't want to see that. I don't know if there's anybody else that I would like to look at for that prop. I just kept seeing his home run videos and the exit velocities above 110, which is the prop. Has to be. Stanton, Judge, two guys, but those prices can't be great. Yeah, yesterday was 114 off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, like today he's 19-1 for a laser.
Yeah, I'm good. I'd rather just sweat the home run out. I wish they had it for a hit. Like if he hits the ball 110 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah, I get what you mean. Well, then, I mean, you're going to get those.
Correa just doubled, by the way.
No way. Let's go.
Let's go.
Woo!
That's one down, folks. It's one down. One down. But since we're here, let's talk about Murakami and the White Sox. One, I can't believe he's still doing it. Two, I'm so happy they haven't figured him out yet. And he's actually being extremely disciplined right now at the plate. He's not chasing. He does strike out at a high rate. We knew that coming into the season. But like he told us preseason, he's got the goddamn power. That dude rocks. That dude makes watching the White Sox fun. And he's making everyone around him click. That team is officially Jake Hassan style fun. Jake has something to say. He wants to get it off his chest. And he has an apology to make for all the people out there as he made a silly goose comment 4 seconds into the MLB season.
Okay, to be clear, the White Sox are still 9-14, but they've won 2 straight. They're playing better.
Didn't they sweep in Oakland, or not Oakland, in Sacramento?
Yeah, but also, like, I know the A's are currently leading the AL West, but come on, let's all be so for real right now. I apologize to the White Sox. I may have jumped the gun a little bit out of frustration because we famously have some White Sox futures positions on the win total and a manager of the year. So I may have gotten a little ahead of myself on like March 29th about what this team was going to be. To Colby's broader point about Murakami, though, like, yeah, I mean, this is what happens, and I wrote this on the Substack, hassantax.substack.com this morning. Like, the rookies are always going to go through ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
Like, the rookies are always going to have ups and downs. Like, you're seeing it on the extreme right now with Connor Griffin, who's having the downs right away. Like, he's just not adjusting yet. He'll bounce back at some point. He's too good not to. Like, Munetaka Murakami is on an incredible hot streak right now. At some point, it's going to come back a little bit. Like, the only guy who seems impervious to this right now is Sal friggin' Stewart, but we can get into that later.
Carter Jensen, too.
I mean, Carter Jensen had a tough start to the year, though, but we'll talk about that in a second. Like, his first week wasn't great. But, I mean, Chase DeLauder came out hair on fire, hasn't hit a home run in 3 weeks now.
Damn it!
Who?
Jordan. Damn it! I didn't want to look at him because I know he's got to cool off eventually.
I mean, Tanner Bybee just getting rocked. Who could have seen this coming? Probably should have done the Astros team total over. Whatever, not important. So my point being just like, yeah, Murakami's he's on an insane hot streak right now. It's going to come back to earth at some point. I don't know to what extent. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's just that good. I don't know.
Yeah.
But My point being that, like, these rookies are always going to have ebbs and flows, and they're always going to have the ups and downs throughout the year. Murakami just happens to be on one of those insane highs right now. Whereas, like, DeLauder's on the extreme low.
Do you think they have more scouting on him or a AAA guy? I would say I could go either way. I was thinking yesterday they would have more on him because obviously as the rookie you have an upper hand because they don't have enough data on you and you kind of benefit from that as a hitter sometimes.
Don't they use a different ball in Japan too, though?
I'm not 100% sure on
or
that.
am I making that up? I feel like there's a different ball in Japan, and that makes me think it's different or harder. But I could be wrong. Like, I don't know. Like, I guess I think it's more film on AAA guys. I think it's easier to scout AAA guys just because.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's another country too. Yeah.
Right, they're closer. They go through multiple levels. I guess theoretically, technically, more guys like per capita. Their percent rate of making the majors and being successful is higher than in Japan because Japan, like, the lows are real low. So I don't know. I lean AAA, but it hard to say.
Either way, dude's been awesome. Dude's been great.
Yeah.
Let's two things that have been terrible over the last couple weeks. I'll let you decide where we go. Do we talk about the Cubs 9-hole spot or do we talk about the Mets?
I think we talk about the Mets because you and I have been aligned on the PCA thing for the better part of a year now.
Dude, he's friends with Caleb Williams. He can't be bad.
Whatever, man.
Go ahead. Let's talk Mets. Frank the Tank is in full season form right now, mid-season form, and he's already calling for their coach to get fired. This team is just they do this every year. They do this every year.
Well, to be fair, this is bad. Like, this is, like, I didn't think the Mets were going to be great coming into the year. Like, I was kind of anti-Mets. Everyone was crowning them National League pennant winners coming into the year. And I was kind of like, that pitching staff is And you kind of added a lot of guys who have been flashing the pans, a la Jorge Polanco and Bo Bichette, who knows what that's going to be. Anyway.
Marcus Semien, who's been great.
You said that sarcastically, right? Okay, good. God bless America. Anyway. This sucks so bad.
Sinus infection part 2 with Jake Assange.
Yeah, the great draining. Just mucus everywhere. But my point being, like, the Mets, I didn't think it'd be this bad. Like, to your point, Colby, you were saying the Mets do this every year. In the terms and the scope of, like, yeah, they underperform and they go whatever, 82 and 80, 83 and 79 every year, and they don't meet expectations. Yes, that I agree with. This, to be fair, a 12-game losing streak, that's bad. Like, that is DEFCON 5 for a team that had legitimate pennant World Series aspirations.
Oh, 100%. I'm just curious to see how long it goes or if they just can the coach. Sometimes that's the best thing for a team.
I think he's in the last year of his contract, too. I was reading Ken Rosenthal's article yesterday or the day before. Huh?
Bowtie boy?
Right. Anyway, I was like, Mendoza's in the last year of his contract, I believe. So, like, it's easy to get out of. And if he's lost the locker room.
Yeah. I mean, when do they get Soto back? How long is that? I don't know. An injury.
Isn't it? Like,
I don't think I've watched a Mets game this season.
The only one I watched was the first one.
Oh, he's back today. I mean, hopefully that's their saving grace, and he is the heartbeat this team needs because he's gonna have to be. And he has, before that injury he looked great. He typically doesn't start the season off hot. He typically is the guy that warms up with the season, and hopefully that continues. Hopefully he's happy because we know what he looks like when he's not.
Right. And I mean, but the thing is, like, isn't that putting a lot for a guy coming off a leg injury? Or was it a leg or oblique? One of the two. Yeah. Whatever. The point being, like, for a guy who, like, it's not like he's coming off, like, calf. Okay. So, like, for a guy who is coming off a lower body injury, you need your legs to plant in baseball and generate power. Like, isn't that putting a lot of weight on his shoulders of like, please save us. Everybody else sucks. We need you immediately. We can't afford to have you be ramping up or have you get a slow start. We need you right away.
I'm trying to think. He's such a unique.
Yes, but I'm just saying, like, isn't it worse? I guess this is a better question that I was trying to ask. Like, isn't it worse for the Vibes if that whole team, and none of them would ever say this, obviously, but if that whole team is like, well, guys, we chunked it, but now Juan's coming back, though, so we're good. Like, isn't that terrible for the Vibes to put all of that pressure, even if he's not putting it on himself or the front office isn't putting it on, like, for the team to be like, please save us.
I'm with Matt's comment on him. That's why he's getting paid the big bucks down in chat. Make sure you check us out live, folks. We're live somewhere between 12:30 Eastern, pending on Jake's entrance. But it's not like that team's a bunch of scrubs, you know?
No,
it's not like that team's a bunch of scrubs where it's a Juan Soto in a big fish in a small pond type deal. Lindor homered yesterday. They got Bo Bichette. They got a bunch of pieces on there, but I think he's the glue guy that they need. So, I mean, probably take the Twins plus 130. At this point, if you're getting plus money on a team that can't turn it around, they're a go. But I don't bet money lines. And I think he's a clutch performer. We've seen him do it in the World Series. We've seen him do it on the Yankees in the playoffs against the Guardians. He's that guy if he wants to be. I feel like Soto's a guy that picks and chooses when he wants to be the face and when he wants to be clutch because he has that star power.
Yes, and that's almost more impressive if he is able to pick and choose like that and just decide, all right, like today I'm going to be MVP level. That is like almost crazier. I don't know. I'm still anti-Met. Like I'm not going to be out here saying, all right, Soto's back, time to bet the Mets. Like I still think that lineup is ill-fitting at best, and I still don't believe in that rotation behind Noel McLean and Freddie Peralta. And even kind of Freddie Peralta is like a half believe. I don't even know how much I believe in him.
Yeah, I'm out. What else we got to talk about? What else did you want to talk about baseball-wise?
Let's see. I did my apology. We talked about...
yeah, that was all I want. Really, we could just end the show after that apology.
Well, the thing that we were going to talk about, because you said this, how much do we trust the Pirates?
Yes, I'm wearing the hat. Yes. I talked about it on Dad's Bet Baseball on Sunday, and they were asking teams that we basically F, marry, kill type deal, but it was who's legit, who's mid, and who's fake. And obviously I said it was between the Braves, Pirates, and the Rangers. Obviously I said the Braves are legit. I think that's one of the more trustworthy teams in baseball right now. I am obsessed with the lower end of that lineup, and past the 5 spot, I'm in love with that team because it's tough sometimes for some teams, even loaded teams, for the bottom half of the lineup for guys to be consistent and show up. Dom Smith, Dubon, those guys are awesome. Michael Harris is now a father, so he has the dad strength. So now you can count on him to cash you those 750 plus 800 homers because he's a dad now. But Dubon and Dom Smith, batting 8-7, obsessed. Dude's awesome. Yep. Every time I turn on a Braves game, I'm like, and I'll have the F5 team total over. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to trust this top of the lineup. And then there's Dom Smith, nuke, double. He's awesome.
No, he's great. I like the Braves, and like this is what they do though. Like this is their like bread and butter, to use your term. Like year after year, it's the Braves just find these guys, whether it's Jorge Soler at the time or Jock Peterson or, just these guys that they pick out from nowhere or these castaways, and they just figure it out. I mean, and I'll give Rob Brown credit because he yelled at me about the Braves for months and how I wasn't giving them enough credit. I don't know if in the same vein that we were talking about the rookies having ebbs and flows, I don't know if this is what the Braves are for the long term. But for right now, yeah.
Between those 3 teams, though, yeah, they are.
Yeah, I mean, to bring this back to the Pirates of it all, I still think the Pirates are a good team. I still like the Pirates a lot, especially
ranked 5th in the MLB rankings. Get out of my face.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was nuts.
and I was a Pirates believer coming into the year, but especially with that rotation,
not fifth. You did not have on your bingo card for the Pirates to be fifth on the MLB weekly ranking.
No.
When I saw that, I thought it was a parody account.
No, I did not have them being fifth, but I think they have a ton of upside still. I love that rotation, especially once Jared Jones comes back.
I said the exact same thing. Yeah.
And I like that lineup enough. Like, the thing is, that lineup does enough. Still with Connor Griffin hitting 200. Like, that's not going to be the case all year long. He's going to figure it out at some point. Or start to figure it out, rather. But he's 19 friggin' years old.
And married.
Well, that's a whole other thing. But I'm just saying that I like this Pirates team. I'm not going to say I like them more than the Braves, but I do like them a hell of a lot more than I like the Reds. I would still pick the Pirates to win the NL Central right now.
No, I don't disagree. I said that too. I said it's real tough for me to decide who's mid comparing the Rangers or the Pirates, because I think the ceiling's higher for the Rats, because we know what a good O'Neal Cruz could be. Brandon Lau's very consistent. You could trust what he's doing right now to withstand the rest of the season. Ryan O'Hearn, as you mentioned in our group chat, that has been great. And once they get Jones back, like you alluded to, they're going to be even better. I mean, I remember when before he got injured, that dude was lights out. And I really hope he was 2023 the last time he was pitching, or 24.
24.
I miss him. I hope he comes back looking like the same guy that I once saw.
Should they even put him in the rotation? Or should they just run this with Skeens and Chandler and Ashcraft? Because Ashcraft's going today. I have a bet on him. He's been fantastic.
When's he supposed to come back? June?
Yeah, I mean, it's still not for a while.
I would wish it was May, because then he would have a whole season to progress.
Right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $250 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. That's right. Turn $5 into $250 in bonus bets just for getting started. And when every possession matters in the playoffs, FanDuel makes it easy to get closer to the action. From player props and your favorite stars to all the tools you need to back them up, FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips, so you can check stats, trends, and matchups all in one place and make your picks with confidence. It's everything you need all in one app. So don't miss your shot. Head to FanDuel.com/Believe. That's BLEAV to get started. FanDuel, play your game. 21 plus, select states for Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino. 18 plus, DC, Kentucky, Wyoming. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. Call 1-888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org and call 800-327-5050 in Massachusetts. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Call 877-770-7867 in Louisiana.
If you throw them out like August, I would say don't even do it. If you're pushing for a
sick closer though.
Yeah, that would be sick. I agree with that. But I'm more worried because he was technically it's his fourth year if he played, but he hasn't played a full season.
No.
I think 23 was his rookie year, right? Or was it 4?
No, I think 24 was. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm almost positive.
Okay. Then it's his third year. He would have progressed by then. He hasn't had a full season since 24.
Wow, he's still only 24 years old too. That's crazy.
Is he fully developed? And is he going to look?
Yeah, 24 was his first year in the majors.
Yeah, and he's a strikeout machine.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, what was the injury? Was it Tommy John?
It was some kind of elbow injury. I don't remember if it was Tommy John specifically. Probably was.
Yeah, that does concern me, but I'm rooting for the kid. So I think the ceiling is higher for the Rats. For the Pirates, I would say it's the safer pick if you want to go back to the mid thing that we were talking about. I mean, I like that they have a great rotation. I like the coach. Jake Berger looks great. But you need two guys that haven't shown up since 23 to be the future and what they were supposed to be in 23. That being Josh Young and Evan Cole. Josh Young was a AL All-Star rookie year.
Yep.
We need him back.
Starter.
Yeah, started. I was at that game. It was awesome. I'm like, there's my guy. I was obsessed with the Rangers in 23. That team rocked.
Yeah, that team was awesome.
But I don't know.
I will say Josh Young having a decent start to the year. 836 OPS, hitting 292.
Where's he batting in that lineup?
I think top 6. It's got to be top 5. He's got 8 doubles this year.
Top 5, no debating. Top 5.
When we were talking about our group chat, who do you trust more, the Rangers or the Pirates? And Matt had said Rangers 10 out of 10 times. I said Rangers, but I was like, it's close. Because I give the Rangers the edge just for the manager. And the star power in the lineup. Because the manager and the star power in the lineup. But, the rotations are pretty similar. So, because of name value with Seager and Young and Langford, sure.
Please Langford 30.
I mean, it just...
That I don't disagree with. Matt and Chad said the Rangers' floor is higher than the Pirates. Yeah, the Pirates'
okay,
floor
that's fair. That's very
horrible. Fair. The Pirates' floor is 6 feet under.
The Pirates' floor is Brandon Lau's leg explodes, Ryan O'Hearn turns back into a pumpkin, and anything happens to anyone in the rotation.
And like we're talking about, they rely heavily on Lau, O'Hearn, and Cruz. So I don't think that's sustainable, but I hope it is because it's awesome when Pittsburgh is fun.
I think it's fine because eventually, again, Connor Griffin's going to figure it out. Even if Marcell Ozuna, who's a bad person off the field,
get his ass.
But he's been good recently.
Out of the lineup.
The last couple of weeks, he's been actually hitting for power. So, if he's going to be a cheap source of power, you take that.
Yeah, put him 9th because he's batting 90. I think he's been horrible. Horowitz has been consistent. What's that other guy? Magnum guy. Talk about a guy.
I heard Magnum was your nickname in college.
It wasn't. It was Pee-wee. These are jokes, people. These are jokes. Moving on. Let's get to our bets. Speaking of which, we talked about them all day here. I do like O'Neal Cruz today to at least record a hit. I paid the $1.65 on the hit. I forgot what the home run price was. But if you don't like that price, you're like, hey, paying $1.65 juice isn't my cup of tea. Parlay it with another guy that I mentioned to get a hit for plus money, and I think that's a good price. But just like the F5 team totals at 1.5, I'm willing to pay anything under $1.80, $1.70 for a hit. I think is a good price. $1.70 is a fine price in my opinion. And 102 elite ratings records a hit 62.75%. He matches up very well against Leiter's pitches. He's my favorite hitter between him and Lau, two of the elite rated hitters in that matchup. I think Cruz is in a great spot to at least do the bare minimum today. And we know he can hit for power. I took the home run as well.
I like Cruz. I couldn't believe that game was a pick between the Pirates and the Rangers. That was surprising to me just because Jack Leiter, he's been fine if we're being generous, I guess. He's been bad if we're being realistic. But I like Braxton Ashcraft way more than I like Jack Leiter right now. And back to our conversation of which teams we trust more. So I didn't take a side on the game. I leaned Pirates on the side. I went back to the well of backing Braxton Ashcraft. I'm going the Rangers first 5 team total under. We got burned with this last week because of Connor Griffin decided to do a spin throw that he spiked into the ground, and the Nationals just come around and score 5 unearned. Very stupid. So run it back. It wasn't Braxton's fault. Rangers first 5 team total under. You still get plus money. Braxton Ashcraft's peripherals, by the way, phenomenal. His FIP, his ERAs in the 2s, his FIP's in the 1s. His peripherals match up with how good he's been.
Yeah.
I believe he's elite rated today as well on Batters Hyphen Box.
I don't recall. I know every pitcher that I'm mentioning today or the hitter that is going up against pitcher is poorly rated. So I think Leiter's the 8th worst rated pitcher on the day. We mentioned Williamson. I think he was 7th either if I'm wrong, it's flipped. But the other one that I like later on today, a team following getting belt to ass by the White Sox yesterday, the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're in a great spot against Anthony Kay, who has looked
first
great.
of all,
go ahead.
How have we not talked about Sam Antonacci's inside the park home run yet? Speaking of that game, did you see the video of that?
I missed.
Did you see the video of that?
No.
So,
did you see Mooney? Before we get into that, the weirder thing was Mooney recorded a hit in his first at bat, and it was literally just like a hard ground ball to Arenado, and the ball got stuck in Arenado's glove, and they were recorded as a single. I'm like, that's got to be an error. But I still won. Whatever. Go on. Sorry.
I mean, you take it. So Sam Antonacci pulls a ball down the left field line, bounces off the wall, goes into left field. I don't know what happened. I was listening to the broadcast. I listened to the video this morning at 3 a.m. when I woke up, because obviously I didn't stay up to watch that game. But I'm listening to it, and they say on the broadcast, they go, "Oh, did that hit the ball person?" And so I don't know if Lourdes Gurriel Jr. thought that because the ball hit the ball person, it was a dead ball. But Colby, he's running over and hits the wall, hits the ball person, whatever, careens back into the field of play. I'm not kidding. This is Lourdes Gurriel Jr. As people are racing around the bases, this is him.
Bad radio. Jake's just standing.
He's standing there like Ashton Genty in left field. Like there are
I
guys.
gotta look this up later.
There are guys running around the field, running around the bases. Sam Antonacci is racing home for an inside the park home run. And Lourdes Gurriel Jr. is doing his best Ashton Genty impression in left field. It's wild. It was crazy.
Insane. All right, but sticking in that game, Anthony Kay is on the bump today for the White Sox. Has the worst pitcher rating on the day according to Batters-Box. He's been great. He's been fantastic, but his underlying metrics are pointing towards him having some regression. Example 1, his expected ERA is 6.37. He's allowing 50% hard contact. Opponents' expected batting average is 3.07. Against right-handed hitters, has a 8.68 expected ERA, 6.39 xFIP, allowing 52% hard contact, almost 12% barrel rate, and is allowing nearly 30% line drive percentage. That's astronomically high. Meanwhile, right-handed hitters have a 356 expected batting average, 583 x slugging, 370 x WOBA. I love Ketel Marte today. Against left-handed pitchers, he's batting almost 300 and is making 36.8% line drive rate and 104 elite ratings. He's the only elite-rated hitter in this game. Records a hit 74% of the time, 2 hits, 37.5% of the time. Goes over his bases prop 52% of the time and homers 21% of the time. I'm on the bases and the home run. I think I got the bases at plus 105. Home run I boosted, so put the boost on that. Actually, I put it on Yandy, excuse me. But either way, I like Ketel Marte. He's my favorite look on the day. He's crushing every pitch K throws, and K is due for regression.
Yandy's nuts in your mouth?
You like CDs?
Got him. I have nothing in White Sox Diamondbacks. These teams both, I mean, like, I was a little tempted with the White Sox just because I did owe them an apology and they have been playing better. So that was a little tempting, but I'm just gonna sit back. A game that I do have a bet in, which I mentioned earlier. I like Carter Jensen over 1.5 total bases. Colby, I'm going to make you really happy right now. He's elite rated. He's the best rated hitter on Batters-Box today. Right. The best.
Number 1.
His conversion rate on going over 1.5 total bases when he's been elite is crazy. 7 of the last 10. 70% conversion rate on the total bases. He's nuts. But also, and more importantly, ever since he missed his alarm and missed a game and the Royals had to bench him for a couple, like, I have it right here. Since April 4th, since he was back in the lineup regularly, 306, 393, 592, 4 home runs in 15 games. He's been awesome. I like him over 1.5 total bases. You could still get really good plus money on him. Carter, book it. Blouses.
What else you got?
Sure. I'm going to go. I haven't bet him enough this year on a game-to-game basis. Mm-hmm. You're getting Jose Soriano 5.5 Ks at like minus 115. I get why it's this number because the Blue Jays don't strike out like at all. But for a guy who is as on fire as Soriano is this year, 0.28 ERA, by the way, and you get him at home and you only have to pay a little bit of juice for the 5.5 Ks. He's had 2 home starts already this year, 10 strikeouts against the Braves, 8 strikeouts against the Padres. Also 2 teams who don't strike out a whole ton. So I think Soriano is just one of those guys right now where he's on demon time and it just doesn't matter. You could just bet him. So I like him over Ks, and this one you're going to hate. In a very small sample size, admittedly, he pitched against the Blue Jays once last year, had a 30% K rate against them in that one start. So I like him, and this is mostly just the vibes of how awesome he's been and getting him at home, where he's historically in his career been much better than on the road. Shocker.
Yeah. I only had those 3 bets today. That's all I'm rocking with, those 3 player props.
All right, I got one more.
I got it all written up and posted out. So if you want to go check it out, colbybets.substack.com. Before we get to Jake's last and final play, make sure to head over to Better Day and check out the MLB Game Center. Scott put out a tweet for a 3-day free trial. It's got projections, edges for sides, totals, and props, and so much more. Go check it out. You don't have enough tools in the shed, folks. I don't care how small that thing is. The more tools you have, the better. Go check it out over at betterday.com.
Is that my segue to finish it up here? Okay, last one. I like the Mariners' first 5. I like the Mariners' first 5 team total. Yeah. I like the Mariners' first 5 team total over 2.5, even money. Aaron Savali finally turned back into a pumpkin in his last start. Also, Seattle, top 7 offense against right-handed pitchers, top 2 offense at home so far this year. I know Josh Naylor and Brendan Donovan have been like the only guys in that lineup doing anything, but Julio is starting to turn it around. He's got an 845 or so OPS over the last 2 weeks. He's hit like 319 in that span. And our favorite guy, Cal, he's finally started to show signs of life. He's got a couple homers and doubles in his last few games. So lineup's starting to coalesce. So I like the Mariners. I like them against Aaron Savali, especially at home. First 5 over 2.5 team total for Seattle.
Boom.
And that's it. That's all I got.
The cards, folks.
I kind of like Jensen home run, too.
You like who?
Jensen home run. If I'm going to play the bases, I might as well play the home run.
Always sprinkle the home run. Why not?
It's like 540 or something.
Yeah. You put a quarter unit on it, you're going to be sitting happy when it hits. So that's the show, folks. We will be back on Friday. Jake will be here an hour early, so get ready to hear that. Appreciate everybody.
I didn't say there'd be talking. I'm just going to be in the studio.
No, I didn't say you had to talk. I'll let the people know if he was here. As always, appreciate everybody that tuned in live to chat and hang out with us. Yandi's got 1 base. We're ending the show on a semi-hot note. Jake's already cashed one of his plays. Hope everyone out there sweeps their cards. Go check out everything over at Better Day. Go check out HassanHacks.substack.com, ColbyMBets.substack.com. Everything always free. If you're doing anything paid over at the Substack, just know it's a tip. You do not have to pay. Paywalls are lame. Paywalls are lame. You can't win as a unit if you gotta pay units. Blah, blah, blah. Love you all. This is Off the Board with Colby Marcio and Jake Hassan.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.